first time ever.
Warning acts of terror.
We are ready to engage with a two-state solution.
Some of his most senior cabinet members
The drivers of a new economic age.
Today, we are breaking down the global energy markets, oil prices, and geopolitics, focusing on the latest OPEC and IEA updates. Now, recently, Brent oil prices dropped about 4%, surprising traders worldwide. But why? And what does it mean for countries, industries, and our daily lives? Let's explore this step by step. Now, OPEC, the organization of the petroleum exporting countries, include 12 major oil producers like Saudi Arabia, UAE, Venezuela, and many others. Now, for months, OPEC warned of an oil deficit, meaning they predicted demand would exceed supply in 2026. But their latest report surprised everyone. They now forecast a balanced market for 2026. Now, what are the main reasons? The US oil production is growing faster than expected. This increase in supply offsets previous concerns about the shortages. Now, this sudden shift caused the 4% drop in Brent oil prices because traders had been expecting tighter markets. Now, think of it like this. If a bakery suddenly produces, double the bread, prices go down because supply exceeds demand. Same principle with oil. Now, the International Energy Agency IEA also made waves with its World Energy Outlook 2025. They outlined 3 possible scenarios for global oil demand. First, current policies scenario assumes no new government policies. Oil demand will keep growing until 2050, mainly in emerging economies. Second, stated policy scenarios. It assumes countries implement policies already announced. Oil demand peaks around 2030. And third is net zero emissions scenario. Aggressive climate action reduces oil demand faster, helping limit global warming to 1.5 degrees centigrade. Now, what is the surprise? IEA reintroduced the current policy scenario, signaling that oil demand could keep rising if government don't act aggressively on the climate. Now, what are the geopolitical implications? Energy is not just about prices, it's about geopolitics. The IEA clearly says energy tensions are now about oil and critical minerals. Now, China dominates 19 out of 20 strategic minerals used in batteries, wind turbines, and even solar panels. Export controls on these minerals could become new global choke points, similar to how the Strait of Malacca affects this entire oil shipping. Now, this means that the future energy and the tech race could be shaped by who controls minerals and electricity, not just oil. I'll share the link of my strategic perspective, which I wrote for USI, in the description box as well, on mineral diplomacy. Now, how about emerging economies and energy demand? The IEA also highlights emerging economies. India, Southeast Asia, Middle East, Latin America, Africa are driving the next wave of energy demand. Now, energy demand is certainly expected to increase by 40% by 2035. Blackouts like the recent one in the Dominican Republic show that many countries are now ready for surging demand. So even as the United States, European Union and China focus on renewables and artificial intelligence, other countries' industrialization will reshape energy flows globally. Let me also touch AI and energy link, which is very important. Here's an interesting fact. Data centers and artificial intelligence investments are now bigger than oil supply investment. The IEA says 540 billion is going into the data centers, more than the global oil production investment. Now this shows that the artificial intelligence race and energy race are kind of interconnected. Countries leading in AI must also provide enough electricity to power all these technologies. China is certainly leading here. Electricity production surpassed the United States in 2011. About half of China's electricity comes from coal, yet total production is now more than double the United States. Now this gives China a strategic advantage in both technology and even in energy. Let's also have a quick reality check. Renewables are growing, but the IEA warns even aggressive clean energy policies cannot replace fossil fuels immediately. Second, historical forecasts for solar growth have often underestimated real growth. So solar might exceed predictions. OPEC's balanced forecast and IEA's current policies scenario reminds us that oil will remain important for decades. Meanwhile, global demand is certainly shifting. Emerging economies will use more energy than developed countries in the coming future. And then the electric vehicles and batteries increase. Mineral demand, they're trying geopolitics to even climate action. So let's see the quick takeaways for this from this subject. First, oil prices dropped due to OPEC's balanced forecast and IEA's realistic scenarios. Second, the emerging economies are reshaping the entire global energy demand or dynamics. Third, electricity and artificial intelligence are linked. Controlling energy is now part of technological leadership. Fourth is about fossil fuels remain central even as the renewables grow. And fifth, strategic minerals and electricity will define geopolitical power in the 21st century. So in short, energy is at the heart of global politics, economics, and even technology. OPEC and IEA reports show that oil is still relevant, but electricity and minerals are becoming equally critical. Emerging economies, China, AI, and renewables all interact in a complex energy web. Now, understanding these trends is essential for governments, investors, policymakers, strategists, and everyone who cares about our planet's energy future. Thank you for engaging with this video. Thank you for watching our video. If you like this video, do subscribe, like, and do share. Stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.